Hello everyone, it's 2024 Christmas VLOGMAS. As you all know, I'm a faceless YouTuber who engages in African tales. I'm Tales by Auntie NK. So what will be VLOGMAS if I don't tell you how the Christmas celebration in Igboland, Nigeria, where I come from, happens? So get ready, pack your bags, and come with me to the eastern part of Nigeria for the Christmas, and you will enjoy it. Hi everyone, and welcome to our day one on our journey back home for Christmas in Igboland. Christmas begins long before the 25th. Once it is September, the Imba month, according to us the Igbo people, we call it the Imba month. Starting from September, there is this wave in the air, and we know that it's Christmas. It starts with the most significant event for many Igbo families. The journey back home or our village is called Ijulo, that is to go home. The tradition isn't just about celebrating Christmas. It's about reconnecting with our roots, our families, and our community. Some people will ask, why do Igbos always travel home for Christmas? Did I just hear that question? Okay, let me tell you. For the Igbo people, the village is not just a place. It is a symbol of identity, heritage, and belonging. No matter how far you have traveled, no matter how far you have moved away from home, Igbo families prioritize returning home for the Christmas celebration because it shows cultural significance. The journey enforces family ties and ensures that traditions are passed down to our younger generations. It also shows spiritual importance. Many Igbos believe that spending Christmas in their ancestral home brings joy, blessings, and prosperities for the coming year. So, how do we prepare for Ijulo? The excitement for the trip starts months, as I've said before, starts months and even weeks in advance. Families in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Benin, and even overseas plan to ensure that this trip moves smoothly. Those without private vehicles rush to book their buses or flights very early. Popular routes to the east are often booked by mid-December. You will not even have a space. Then we move to another important one. We begin to ask family members and our relatives what date they are going home. We in the Igbo land, we love to move in groups. Personally, for me, it's sweeter to travel with your entire family, just like you're going home with the entire kindred. So just imagine having to travel that long distance, maybe from Lagos to the eastern part of Nigeria, with your uncles, your aunties, their children, everyone in their different vehicles. It is really interesting. They sing a lot of songs in the car. They buy things along the way. They stop to take fresh air. It's actually very beautiful. After we have asked to know the date we are all moving, we begin to shop. We begin to buy things for our relatives. We begin to buy things for ourselves that we are going to use for the Christmas period, because we are not going to go there to go and inconvenience anyone. Anyone who is coming for Ijulo is coming loaded. You are not coming to pet. You are coming super loaded. So we buy bags of rice. We buy vegetable oil, drinks, name it. Everything is made available for our Christmas celebration. So after buying, we know that it's few weeks or maybe few days before we all move down to the village. The road to the Igbo land during Christmas is famously chaotic. There's heavy traffic. The major highways like the Benin-Asaba Expressway or even the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway are often congested. Not talking about the head bridge, the famous head bridge. You can spend 4 to 5 or even 6 hours for a journey that would have taken you maybe 45 minutes because of how highly congested the traffic is. And what actually makes it interesting, despite the stress of the journey, despite the long distance being driven, is usually exciting for everyone on that trip, because we share stories, we take selfies, we sleep, we wake, all journeying back home. So finally we've arrived at the village. Everyone is tired, worn out, yet super excited. The moment the cars start entering into the village compound, everything changes. You will hear different sounds from all our relatives that are back home. Relatives both young and old rush out to greet us who have just come in. There's a lot of hugs, laughter in the air. In fact, sometimes that is actually the height of it for me. When we have been welcomed, we begin to unpack, getting everything that we brought to the house down from our cars. We unpack our rice, our drinks, everything is down. And most times the children we come with don't even want to unpack with us. They begin to play with their cousins that they have missed for a whole year. So after some time, the elders of our families sit the children down to tell stories, to ask all their names in case maybe they are new coming, and it's actually very beautiful. But one thing we should know is that in the Igboland, we really know how to respect our elders. So it is very customary. It is very customary that once you come in as a returning family member, you go to the elder of your family and you go and greet. And you're not just greeting him empty-handed. You are going to greet him with a lot of gifts that you brought for him. Maybe his painkillers, maybe something that you know elderly people actually need. They bring it along with them and they give them as their present or gift. And sometimes this first day, most people who have lost their parents in the past years go back to their graves and go to pay homage to their late parents, like telling them, oh, we are back for the end of the year celebration, just how you have taught us. So most times that point is actually very emotional for a lot of family members, because they come back with a lot of memories about how their past Christmas celebrations has been in the family, and they are actually going back to their parents' grave to like, okay, we are here, we have done this. Many people who have made some great achievements will go and explain and tell their late parents how it has been over the past 1 year. It's actually very beautiful, yet very, very, very emotional. Then family members begin to tidy up the house. Note, this is very important. Something you should note about the Igbo culture and the Igbo land. We have a lot of mansions, a lot of beautiful houses in our village. Some houses we have, the kind of houses we have in a village are not the type we actually live in the city. We have more beautiful houses in the village. And one interesting thing is that we have it in a big compound. So imagine like a very big compound having like 7 duplexes for 7 family members in one compound. So as soon as everyone comes around, everybody begins to tidy up their house, putting their house in order for the Christmas celebration. Christmas lights are turned on, music is already in the background, children are already playing, and it's a very beautiful experience. Actually, the Igbo Christmas is not just an ordinary Christmas. So in the evening, the women in the families, maybe our uncles' wives, our brothers' wives, even us who are daughters, we come together. That is, if we didn't go to our husband's family house for Christmas celebration, because Christmas homecoming is a must in Igbo land. So the women in the family gather in the family kitchen, a central kitchen, to cook dinner. Sometimes we use the ingredients we find in the kitchen to just cook something that the whole family will eat. And once we are done, everybody will share, will take part of it for their own little families and go and eat with them, maybe in their houses or maybe in their own space. But Sometimes we also share our own ingredients depending on what you brought. Maybe I brought some rice, I can bring it out. Another person brings oil just for us to bond together. Because one thing is that the Igbos are very high on family unity, and we do everything to promote it and sustain it. So after dinner, after everybody has eaten and refreshed from the long journey, we all meet for our family prayers. This is actually when we call, almost calling it a day. We meet at our central parlor, our central living room, and we have our family prayers. Sometimes it is being anchored by the oldest wife, maybe our uncle's wife, or maybe the youngest wife, the new wife that was just married into the family. Anyone can actually anchor the general prayers. So everyone prays, both our husbands, our children, our uncles, everyone is in that sitting room, in that living room, praying and thanking God for bringing us together for another year. One thing we should know is that at this point, no family owns any child. Your child is no longer your child. My child is no longer my child. Every child has what one parent, and every parent is every child's parent. I don't know how that sounds, but in Igboland, once we get to our family compound, the children are free to move around. They are free to enter anyone's house, free to eat anyone's food. And at that point, you may not even sleep in your family house throughout the Christmas celebration. You can be staying in your cousin's house, depending on how best you want to enjoy your Christmas celebration. So the journey home is more than a travel. The journey back to the East for Christmas celebration is actually more than a travel. It symbolizes a start of unity. We continue our unity from where we stopped the previous year. It starts for celebrations, because most of us who are coming back for Christmas celebrations are not just coming back for Christmas. We have other events planned out to make the Christmas celebration a very memorable one. So one thing about the Igbo people is that there's no Christmas without homecoming. If you are not coming home for Christmas, if you are not doing Ijolo for Christmas, that year's Christmas is not going to be remarkable for you. Take it or leave it, because it's time to honor our past, our present, and prepare for the future. Many business deals are signed in the village. Many job opportunities are open for Igbo people who come to the village to celebrate Christmas. So the road may be tough. The journey may be very tough getting to the East for Christmas. The traffic may be unbearable. But the joy coming home makes it all worth it. In Igboland, Christmas begins the moment you step foot into the village. Take it from me. So we'll dive into going to the market to shop for our Christmas celebration. Now we are in the village. So tomorrow, I'll see you for another VLOGMAS. Bye!